Hello YouTube, it's Rob, Maxwells Grass Cutting Services, based in the northeast of England. I hope everybody's well and having a lovely day. It's almost coming to the end of the season, and I had a question that somebody asked me earlier this week by email. Rob, are you frightened that the grass cutting season is coming to an end? And I thought it was a strange question, so I said, no, why would I be? And they said, well, all you do is cut grass. You're going to do nothing now until the end of March. I just chuckled to myself. So I explained that I don't just cut grass. But if I did, there's nothing wrong with that. But that's not what I do. And I'm not afraid of the grass cutting season coming to an end. And then they went on to explain that they were doing a part-time gig. They were, working part-time as a gardener. And they were too frightened to take the plunge and go full-time, which I totally agree. And the messages I get are from a lot of part-time gardeners. And you know what? Good luck to you. I appreciate that there's a lot more security if you've got a job and you're working part-time at the weekend, a couple of days a week, whatever you do. But no, I don't do that. But I don't just cut grass. I have a couple of commercial contracts. I do a little bit of hedge work, and but I do a lot of grass cutting, mow, blow and goes. But this year I've cut down on my garden maintenance because I found it a little bit of a pain in comparison, and I didn't find that there was a link between garden maintenance and winter work. I found that my customers, my garden maintenance customers, were very happy to say thanks very much in November and we'll see you again in March. So I didn't think there was any advantage to take them on. So I let a few go and replace them with mow, blow and goes. Now, I do have small commercial contracts that I visit monthly throughout the season. So, I'll do my last visit at the end of October, and then I'll visit the end of November, probably mid-December, end of January, end of February, and then March the season goes. But already I'll be working up until the end of October cutting grass, and then there'll be a few customers where I'll go the first week in November because their lawns warrant it, but 50% I won't. I send a message out. I say, look, the next visit is the last cut. Let me know if you want to cut in November because it's really warm and the temperature's still growing. If that's the case, and it is the case this year and it was the case last year. And I got about 30-40% of my customers said, can you come and give the grass cut? It was a bit of a leaf clearance as well, but I didn't mind. And that added to the November coffers. I've also got some hedge work booked in, and Ian and I, my pal, are coming together and we're doing a few garden clearances, garden tidies up, and he's beating me on the amount of jobs I've got booked in. I've done quite a few quotes and I haven't been as successful as him, and we're quoting the same price. We both put a day, if it's a day job, I have my day rate, he has his day rate, and then we have the waste away. But the last few coats I've given him, I haven't gotten, but he has. So I think I've taught him too well, or I might be losing my touch. So we're fully booked until sort of end of November-ish. And then I've only done one Facebook Marketplace this time, advert for work. And I'll start putting regular updates on Facebook Marketplace with a view to getting some work in December, hedge work, bit of tidy up if the weather's okay. And then from the week before Christmas, I think it's the 15th, is the Friday, if my memory serves me correctly, I'm going to have 3 weeks off, and I'm not starting off until, I believe it's either Monday the 8th or 9th of January. So that'll give me 3 weeks off at Christmas to just chill and have a lovely time over the Christmas period. Then I'll start again in January. Bit of work, get some work booked in, some garden work for January and February, and then March it all starts again, doesn't it? So why am I not afraid? Well, I understand where the person was coming from who asked me this question. I genuinely do. And I've been afraid before. Come November, you think, God, I haven't got enough work booked in. And I've took other work on, and anybody who follows the channel knows that. But about 18 months ago, I come up with a different strategy. I work out that 60 pence in the pound is mine. So every pound I take, 60 pence is mine, 40 pound goes 40p, 40% goes into sort of the business. How do I work that? Well, I roughly know what my gross turnover is every year. And then 60% of that, I know what that is. I divide it by 12, and every month, every time I get paid, it goes into account A. And then at the end of every month, a set amount goes from account A into account B, my wages, if you like. And that happens 12 months of the year. So I know I get paid that. And then out of that, I pay my bills and, you know, a little bit of that, and that's what I live off. And at the end of the year, if there's anything left after I've paid my tax, my national insurance, my vehicle tax, my vehicle insurance, all the outgoings that we have to pay, vehicle servicing, at the end of the financial year, if there's anything left in that pot, the 40% pot, then it's mine. But the first few years in business, you're always spending, you're always buying new kit. But this year, since 2023, April going forward, I've spent nothing on equipment, as in no major purchases. My kit's all right, touch wood, and I'm hoping I'll get next year out of the way. I'd love to buy some battery equipment, but I want the handheld blower, the still with the is it the AP 300 batteries, 300S? I'd like the still strimmer battery with the AP 300S batteries. But to buy that kit and a couple of fast chargers is £2,000. And next year we've got a major wedding anniversary coming up, and she'd like to go away somewhere nice. So you know who wins, don't you? I won't be getting battery anytime soon. But I'll have a look when we're down at Soltex, and I'll see what the crack is there. But this year, all I've spent business-wise is the bare minimum. You know, tax the van, insured the van, service the van, diesel into the van, your consumables like your oil for your strimmers, service costs for the mowers, strimmer line, safety glasses, gloves, consumable items, but no major purchases. So there's a few quid left into the account, and then hopefully next year, come April the 5th, the new financial year, I'll have a look what's there left, and I might be able to give myself a little pay rise. Think, you know, I'm not spending as much as I once did when I first started, buying ornaments and the like. So that's what I do. I know, I'm confident that 12 monthly salaries is always there. I don't take more in the winter. I used to put in the summer, but I used to put money away for winter months, and it just didn't work out. And I thought, you know what, if I do this, I know what it is. And don't get me wrong, if there's an emergency, I'll go and tap into the business account, but I try to be disciplined and not do it. And that's the way I work my business. So it means that I'm not frightened of going into the winter months. We've got work. I've got work up until November, and Ian and I will be working during November. Let's say, for argument's sake, I don't strike a bat between December, January, February, apart from me commercial contracts, which I've got to, go to them. I wouldn't worry. It just means I'll do a bit of decorating at home. I might get the golf clubs out and try and improve the swing. I might go to the gym a bit more and try and get rid of this kite. There's loads to do, so I wouldn't be worried. But the first few years in business, I was worried, and I was always thinking about money and have I got enough and blah, blah, blah. But as you get into being self-employed, you become relaxed. And you become confident that next year, but when I first started, I used to think, God, I'll ring up in February and say, look, I'm starting again in March, grass cutting, gardening. Are you happy? I used to think everybody will say no, and then I'll have to start again. Because that's what you think's going to happen, but it doesn't happen. I've just been to a job today, and I was cutting the grass, and the lady come out and said, can you give me a price for mine? I'm this day where I'm working in this particular area, I am chocker. And it would mean coming out just for one more. And so I just said, look, I'm sorry, I can't. She said, well, if you ever get a space, let me know. So there's always work then. My phone rings regular. Today we woke up, it was 7 degrees. It was really cold. And I thought, oh, autumn's upon us. And then this afternoon, the sun shone. It's been a beautiful afternoon. And I've come in, I've got 3 messages on my phone, and I haven't checked them yet. But when the sun shines, there's a correlation between your phone ringing, isn't there? So what I'm trying to say is, I used to worry that we'll have to start again. But now I don't worry. Now I'm confident that I've built up a bit of a client base. I might lose 1 or 2. but they're easily replaced, and you'll start again, and that money will start coming in. So that's the way I do it, and it takes away the stress and anxiety of, have I got enough money to live on? Am I worried about the grass cutting season coming to an end? No, definitely not. Do I do hedges? Yes, I do. Why don't I show them? Well, I'm going to be really honest. I've tried to video historically hedge work, and people have got a bit upset. And so now I ask, and most people in the northeast, my customers, don't want me videoing their properties, and I respect that 100%. However, I do have a few customers who absolutely love it, and sometimes the comments I saw on YouTube, and they get, you know, excited about it. So fingers crossed, coming into the new year, I am going to pull my finger out, and I'm going to do more gardening videos. And I've got a plan for the channel, but that's for another day. And what it means is, it'll be sort of, my plan is 50% garden chats, van chats, 50% watching me do what I want to do, and going down the channel where I want to go. But I'll save that for another day. But I find, I tip my hat to some of the YouTubers who go around and they're videoing all the time different gardens, and I just think, well, perhaps the people in the northeast are a little bit more private than the people down south or over in Ireland or what have you. But or have I just been a bit unlucky? Probably the latter, maybe just being a bit unlucky, hence the lack of videos. But yeah, I'm hoping to change that, but that's something for the future, and hopefully you can come along on the journey and watch me, and you can help me and advise me and see what you think, and yeah, that would be lovely. But today's video, am I frightened that the garden season or the grass cutting season is coming to end? Certainly not. I'm looking forward to a break. I'm looking forward to just sitting and saying, I've got nothing to do today. The missus goes out to work, the daughter goes to university, the second daughter goes to school to do A-levels, and I can sit in the house with a little dog and say, however, we're going for a walk down Saltwell Park. I'm an hour down the park, come back, maybe meet my pal for a pint or a game of golf, and just have a chill. Because I tell you what, it's been a tough old season this year, gardening wise, I think. That summer, them summer months where it's June, July, August, where you're in and out, the grass cutting's easy. It's not had that. It's been like spring all year. There's been more grass taken off the lawns this year than I've ever known, and it's made it hard work. But on the flip side of that, it's made it that we've always had lawn work, haven't we? You know, there's been no fear of it drying up. So you cannot have it always. You've got to take the rough with the smooth. But in answer to your question, I'm not frightened that the grass cutting season's coming to an end. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing a bit of winter work, and I'm looking forward to just having a bit of time off, recuperation, and, you know, sort of get your mind in a place where you can think about what you're going to do. I want to have a think about where I want to take the channel. I don't just want to sit and do van chats. I want to do more than that. I know I get a lot of positive feedback, and I'm really grateful, and I love your comments. But no, I'm going to look to sort of go in a different way gardening wise with the channel, but I'll discuss that in the future, and hopefully I'll get some feedback and you'll tell me what you think. But that's it for today. My tea's getting cold, but I'm off now. I've just finished my last job. I'm just having a cup of tea. I thought I'd share 5 minutes with you, and then going home and unload the van. But thanks very much. Thanks for everybody who watches. Thanks for all the new subscribers coming along on the journey, and I'll see you next time, all right? Remember, when the green gold's growing, keep mowing. It's growing at the minute. All the best now. See you soon.